Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Justin. I'm coming back at you. I know in my previous video that I stated that I was going to stop doing videos for a couple of months. That's a lie. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing videos. I'm just going to take a two week quick break and I'll be back. And this time I'm going to come back more editing, better videos, because I can really edit a video. But to be honest, I be kind of lazy and don't want to do it. So we're gonna definitely bring this channel up to a higher level that I know I can really do with my editing and as far as my reviews on stuff. I'm gonna shy away from doing reviews. I did a video last Friday about relationships. If you didn't see that, go check that out, because that's one of my videos that I definitely was proud of. It's gonna be called, a little different segment off my reviews. But in this video, let's get on to the topic of Twilight, the Twilight Saga, the Twilight Saga Eclipse. That is the one after New Moon. And if you haven't seen Eclipse, I suggest you go see it. The movie this was the best one. I liked it so far because it was action-packed. It gave you more in-depth on some of the characters, like Jasper. Jasper, we really didn't know anything about until this one. And we realized, how he came to be from his past, how he was in the war, and how he was fighting with that other vampire to create her army. And of her army of newborns. So basically, I'm assuming you already seen it, so I'm just going to give my take on it. And this one, to me, I was when it first started off, I'm like, whoa, who is this attacking this dude? Because you couldn't see anybody when she threw him, and she threw him against the thing like twice, and then he was almost finna run off the cliff into the water. And then she bit him. Like, what is this? But we didn't know it was Victoria until later on. But I pretty much assumed it was Victoria, because Victoria is the one who wants Bella. So this bitch be behind everything. So we found out that the Valtoria, I didn't understand why they did not do anything to stop them, because they could have easily killed all the newborns and stopped it right there, but that would have made for a terrible movie. So I don't know why they didn't intervene, but they didn't do anything, and they knew about it. So Victoria makes the new army of newborns, which are stronger because they still have human blood in their veins. And so we learned that Jasper knows how to fight them, and he teaches the Cullens and the wolves how to fight them also. So, because Alice has those visions, and she knows what's going on some things, but she does have blind spots in her vision, so she can't see every detail. So when Victoria comes back to the island, Edward and Bella leaves to go visit her mother, and so the Cullens and the wolves are trying to get Victoria, but they can't go on each other's territory, even though his brother did go on the territory. But that situation didn't turn out, it didn't go horribly wrong. So the vampires and the wolves had to team up. I'm like, yeah, we got this as action. The Cullens came in there whooping ass. The wolves came in there biting people and stuff in this big ass field. The movie was great. I loved the action. And then what had got me was, okay, they had Jacob take Bella to the mountain, so Victoria couldn't track him because she wouldn't want to follow Jacob's scent of the wolf. So I'm like, okay, if they have Jacob take her up to the little mountain hill thing where it was freezing cold, she and Edward's there. All she gonna do is track Edward, and that's exactly what she did. And then that little scene when they was on the mountain, and Bella was freezing, and Jacob came in there, and I knew what Jacob was finna do. He was gonna have to snuggle up with Bella to keep her warm, and Edward like, no, don't even think that. But then, he had to let it happen because he couldn't huddle up with her because he's dead, he's cold, so he doesn't have any body heat. And Jacob being a wolf, he has that, he has a big body heat, I guess, more than any human. And so when Bella finally falls asleep, Edward and Jacob got to chat for a minute, and they was like, if you weren't, if we basically weren't fighting over the same girl, we could actually be friends. So that next morning, when Jacob overheard Edward called Bella Mrs. Cullen, Jacob was mad, and you know, Jacob was finna run off. I'm like, oh, okay, he finna run off and go get himself killed or hurt. And so Bella went after him, and they had this little long, passionate kiss. So, and before that scene, Jacob had kissed Bella and punched him in the face and broke her, or sprained or broke her hand, one or the other. And Jacob was like, I won't kiss you again unless you ask me to. And then in the scene when she went after Jacob, she asked him to kiss her. So they had this little long, passionate kiss scene. Edward didn't see, but he could read Jacob's thoughts. You know, Edward, like, his thoughts were like on Max. So Edward wasn't mad or anything because Bella is in love with both of them. She's in love with both of them, even though she doesn't want to admit it. But overall, I give this movie I rate this movie an A of the Twilight Saga. I'm not comparing it to other movies, but I give this movie an A because it was really good. A lot of people say they don't like Twilight. You have to be a little corny to like Twilight. I'm a little corny person, so, you know, whatever it is, you know, you like what you like. If you don't like Twilight, you just don't like it. I'm also a fan of the series True Blood, which is way different from Twilight, but it's kind of like the same scenario. True Blood is like really hardcore soft porn, like, type of vampire TV show that comes on HBO on Sundays. So I hope you guys enjoy your 4th of July. Be safe out there. Be safe with these firecrackers. Do not hold anything in your fucking hand, because that always happens every year. Do not hold a firecracker in your hand while it's lit. So be safe, have fun, enjoy, and I'll see you guys when I come back on my 2-week break. Deuces. Peace.